Morning, everybody. I'm Kevin Keller, the CEO of CFP Board, and we're so pleased to welcome you here today. We have people representing advisors, firms, industry. We even have a group of students here from William Patterson University. How many of, I think there are about a dozen here. Are they here? Luke Dean is the program director at William Patterson University, and he told me that while women make up a smaller than half share of the number of students, they are disproportionately represented in the top students of the class. So we're very pleased about that. For those of you who do not know, CFP Board's mission is to benefit the public by granting the certification and upholding it as the recognized symbol of excellence for personal financial planning. CFP certification is recognized by the financial services industry as the highest standard for financial planning. And what we think CFP certification really means is that it is essential to the public in understanding who has met meaningful examination, education, ethical, and experience requirements and are able and competent to provide financial planning. You know, as more consumers recognize the value of CFP certification and financial planning in general, we at CFP Board are working hard to make sure that there are enough certified financial planners to meet that demand. We at CFP Board believe that it is important that the population of CFP professionals more accurately represents the demographics of the clients served by CFP professionals. And so that's what this program is all about here today. We've lined up a great program. We think that this program, and we hope that this program will serve as a catalyst for you and others to help us in this journey of growing the number of women CFP professionals. We hope you come away from the program energized and ready to take that journey with us. But first, I'm pleased to introduce CFP Board's Chair of the Board, Ray Ferrara. Ray is President and CEO of ProVice Management Group in Clearwater, Florida, a firm that he founded back in 1987. It's one of the largest full-service financial planning firms in the country. Ray was featured as one of the best financial planners in the book Secrets of the Wealth Makers, and he was the first person to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Financial Planning Association of Tampa Bay. Ray is a long-time CFP professional. That's not making any judgments about your age. And Ray's made many contributions to the profession, both at the Financial Planning Association and at CFP Board. Ray?
Well, good morning, and thank you. And Kevin, when I started 43 years ago in the business, I had hair, and it was brown. Welcome to all of you this morning. It's delightful to have you here and have had the opportunity to meet many of you. I apologize that I haven't had the opportunity to meet everyone, but perhaps during the break I would enjoy the opportunity to do that. First thing I'd like to do is to congratulate my colleague and friend of almost 2 decades, Nancy Kissner, the 2013 chair of the CFP Board of Directors, for having had the foresight to foster this initiative and to get the Women's Initiative started. So Nancy, thank you. Secondly, I'd like to introduce 2 of the mentors that Nancy and I had who preceded us as chairs of the CFP Board, Bob Glusky and Chuck Moran, who are here this morning. So Bob and Chuck, thank you very much. You know, Nancy has never been bashful about asking the tough questions. And better than that, she's never been bashful about trying to come up with the solutions to those tough questions. And what has happened with the question that she asked a little over a year and a half ago relative to diversity within the ranks of the financial planning profession, and more specifically within the ranks of the CFP professionals in the profession, is what has led to where we are today in the exciting research report that has been done and the efforts that are going to be extended to do something about it. Researching it and finding out is one thing, executing is something else. And with Nancy and with all of the women and Bob Glufsky, who have served on the panel, I'm confident that that is going to happen. You know, we have grown the profession and we have grown the number of CFP professionals in the United States today to almost 70,000. But unfortunately, the number of women, based as a percentage of CFP professionals, has not really budged. And when you think about the strides that women have been able to make in many other professions throughout the United States, there's something that we have to do and we need to do in order to make it happen within our own. Nancy has led the WIN advisory panel in developing the findings and the recommendations, and I'm excited to hear more about it later. My congratulations to all of the panel. There was a lot of time and effort that went into the work that you did, and cannot thank you enough, and you probably will never be recognized enough for the significant contributions that you've made. I want to reaffirm CFP Board's commitment to increasing the number of women in financial planning, and as I said earlier, specifically to the designation itself. This is an important initiative directly tied to one of our 4 strategic objectives that Nancy helped lead while she was chair, and that is the growth of the number of CFP professionals. We need to make the number of CFP professionals much more like the demographics that we have here in the United States. And it's a shame that we didn't do this sooner, but it's important that we're doing it now. Having more women professionals will benefit the public, particularly as somebody said to me earlier, as those old pale males retire from the business, that we need to serve more Americans who are really demanding and wanting the financial planning. Another important strategic outcome is around the area of authority, and that is expanding the body of knowledge, doing the research that's required in advance to implement various ideas and strategies. And this women's initiative is just one of many of the things that we are working on, and I think it's great that it happens to be the first that we're really making a public announcement about. The findings and the recommendations that Nancy and the WIN advisory panel will share with us today should lay and will lay a solid foundation for us making diversity within the profession greater, and more specifically with having greater gender parity, which is paramount to our success. This long-term goal will require not only the commitment of CFP Board, but lots of others, those in our educational institutions, firms that employ CFP professionals, our partners within the industry, the FPA and NAPFA, other associations and other organizations. We're all going to have to do this together. We look forward to continuing our leadership role in this important initiative. And as many of you have heard me say in the past few months, this is not your sleepy old grandfather's CFP board anymore. And we need to take a lead. We need to drive this and many other initiatives as we go forward. I would be totally remiss if I didn't express the appreciation of CFP Board and of the panel to TD Ameritrade and to Ameriprise, who have provided the generous support for funding this initiative. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Tom Nally, president of not CFP Board, sorry, Tom. Maybe I should say sorry, Kevin, of TD Ameritrade Institutional. Tom is responsible for all business functions, which supports the company's independent registered investment advisors. There are 4,500 of them that are affiliated with TD Ameritrade. He also serves as the company's, on the company's senior operating committee, which shapes the strategic focus of the organization, And obviously, he's done a good job in explaining to them the importance of bringing more women into the profession. Tom has been with TD Ameritrade since 1994, and during his tenure has held multiple management positions in key business directions. Tom told me today that he used to live in New Jersey and has been in Texas for the last 10 or 12 years. And having been a Texas resident for a couple of years, we learned that Texas is sometimes a whole lot better than New Jersey, particularly during the wintertime. Tom graduated from Rider University with a degree in finance and completed his Securities Industry Institute program sponsored by SIFMA at the Wharton School of Business. He was recognized as one of the Investment Advisor magazine's top 25 most influential people. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Tom Nally.
Thank you. Thank you. So this is a topic that all of us at TD Ameritrade are incredibly passionate about. And I think I want to just start by thanking the CFP Board for taking on this really important initiative, and also congratulate the advisory board on the completion of the insightful research. Hopefully everyone has had the opportunity to take a look at it. It's absolutely fantastic. You know, if you take a look, it's absolutely clear that the demographics of wealth are shifting. And as we see the rise in next-gen wealth, we're also seeing that the face of wealth is changing as well. And as an industry, we need to do a better job of embracing more diversity. You know, historically, the financial services industry has not really done a great job or an effective job of attracting women as advisors or serving the needs of women as investors. And today, people need more advice than ever. You know, many are essentially on their own to navigate through this incredibly complex and sophisticated financial services landscape, so they need our help. And if you take a step back and look at the demographics in our industry right now, they're actually pretty scary. The average age of advisors is about 55, overwhelmingly male, and about 1/3 of them actually want to retire in the next 10 years. But yet only 6% of advisors are under the age of 30. If we want to be prepared to effectively serve the next generation investor, then we need to do a better job of attracting more next-gen financial advisors and bring more diversity into the financial planning community. You know, financial planning offers an incredibly rewarding and fulfilling career opportunity. I was actually at my sister-in-law's in New Jersey for Easter over the weekend, and she's got a couple of young girls, and I was trying to explain to her what an incredible opportunity that they may have in front of them. She's a CPA, just getting back into the workforce, to pursue financial planning. They're starting to get to the age where they think about what they want to do, and the flexibility and, you know, the fulfillment is unbelievable. You know, who wouldn't want to wake up every morning knowing that you're helping people achieve their life goals? Absolutely fantastic. But unfortunately, one of the problems that we have is that our industry suffers from a perception problem, particularly with women. It certainly doesn't help when somebody turns on 60 Minutes on Sunday night and hears somebody say something like the market is rigged. It's broad statements like that that really damage all of financial services, and it's ultimately the consumer that loses, as fear may prevent them from taking the appropriate steps to plan their futures. These are the same types of misperceptions that may prevent young women from considering a rewarding career in financial planning, a career focused on relationships, communications, and helping people achieve their life goals. We must focus on opening young minds to the opportunity that exists in financial planning. We need the talents and skills of young women to advance the profession and ensure the longevity of our industry. I mean, that's why TD Ameritrade is so passionate about the topic. It's why we are proud to support the CFP Board in their efforts to change the way women see the financial planning profession and the way that we as an industry foster and engage women. You know, the Women's Initiative lays the groundwork for change, and it's through efforts like WIN that we can develop the next generation of women leaders. We can help close that gender gap that exists today in the number of CFPs, and really be better prepared to serve the changing face of the financial consumer going forward. So with that, I just want to thank all of you. We're proud to be a supporter, and it looks like we're going to have a fantastic day. So thank you very much.